Hello, Lit students. So, as several of you guys have already realized, today is Mother's Day. And what I thought would be a cool thing, and the other leaders agreed with me, is if we gave you a few ideas of things you can do to show your mom that you love her and you appreciate her. Because let's face it, our moms tend to do a lot for us. So here's just a few ideas for you. Idea number one: make a poetic card. Poem. What kind of a poem could I write? Let's see here. Got it. Roses are red. Violets are blue. You're my mom. So, I love you. There we go. Nailed it. Idea number two: post sticky notes to show your mom that you love her. Dude, there's no way she's gonna miss this. Idea number three: wash the dishes. Nope. Idea number four: paint a portrait. And finally, idea number five: make a Mother's Day cheesecake. Yeah. And remember, guys, whatever you do, if you make a mess, for the sake of your moms, please clean it up. Hope you guys have a fantastic Mother's Day. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video that I shot for you guys today, and I do want to really encourage you guys to look for extra ways that you can show your moms that you really do see all the sacrifices they give for you, and to show them that you really do appreciate them. Because in reality, our moms do a lot for us, and a lot of times they don't get a lot of recognition for those things. But besides just giving you that little message, I do have another message I want to share with you today. And that is that I want to look at the importance of honoring our mothers, but also what does honoring our mother look like? What does that really mean by scripture? So whenever you read in scripture, like in Exodus 20:12, it says, honor your father and mother. And we see scriptures like this all throughout, passages like this all throughout scripture. This is like a big thing on God's mind. He wants us to honor our parents. But what does it mean to honor your parents? So whenever you look at the Greek word for honor in scripture, it has this meaning that involves a reverence or to prize and value something. But it also has this deep sense of respect and authority that's tied with it as well. And so whenever we read these passages, what we see is that God doesn't want us to simply just be obedient to our parents, although obedience is a key part of honoring your mother and your father. But he doesn't want us just to be obedient to our mothers, but he also wants us to value them, actually. He wants us to treasure our mothers and who they are. Now, for many of you, today is just that special opportunity to show your mothers that you do have that you do value them, that you love them, and that you understand their worth and their value. But for others, this is a really difficult time because the thing is you're not in a situation where you have a mother who perhaps acts in a loving way towards you all the time. You know, maybe you and your mom are in arguments all the time, or maybe your mom's not even around for one reason or another reason. And so you just don't really feel like you can honor your mother in the way that, we're talking about right now. Well, I just have a couple things to say to you guys. Um, and the first thing is that this is going to be a little bit difficult, you know, but the reality is that your mother still has value regardless of how she acts. And it's the same thing about us. Regardless of how we act, we still have value as well. And that's because of who had made us. It's because God, He's made both you and your mother. And He values both you and your mother. He doesn't love either one more than the other one. And He believes that you were worth a second chance just as much as your mother is worth second chances. And so I just want to encourage you to realize that just as much as you deserve honor and respect, so does your mother deserve honor and respect, regardless of perhaps the bad choices that she makes at times. And this is just to not to be an excuse, but just as a reminder that our moms are just as much human as we are. So as much as we would desire others to forgive us and to give us second chances, so should we do the same for our parents. So then the second thing that I want to draw out for you is just to say that regardless of the kinds of parents that we have, God still desires us to love them. And we read in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1, it says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord." And this is significant for us to see because he's saying, obey your parents in the Lord, meaning that because of the love that we have for God, because of what we are through Him, what we've been called to be through Him, that's why we should love our parents, even if they don't act like people who deserve respect or honor. Even if our mothers don't seem like honorable kinds of mothers, still, we are supposed to honor them because we are honoring the Lord. Because we recognize that if we are His followers and if we're following in His footsteps, then we're supposed to also follow in the form of love that He's shown us. And He loved us being willing to give us forgiveness, even when we were sinners, even when we were in the wrong, He still loved us. And He desires us to do the same with our parents and to do the same with our mothers. So, like I said, this can be a really difficult thing for some of you, but I do want to encourage you today to honor your mothers, whether they're good mothers and it's easy thing for you to honor them and to want to take those extra steps to show them love and appreciation, or even if it's a more difficult thing for you to do, I want to encourage you to still look for opportunities to do that because ultimately it's all about Him. The way we love our mothers is reflective of the way we love God. And one final point that I wanted to draw out for you guys is for those of you who may not have mothers around during this time, and there might be this sense of void inside of you where you want to have a mother like that around, but she's just not there for you to even try to honor or respect or to love. What I want to encourage you with is this concept. Whenever you became a child of God, you gained a whole world full of spiritual mothers. And these spiritual mothers are in the churches. There's women in the church who would love nothing more than to show you what it means to be loved to show you the love and the kindness of God, and to show you what it means to be loved by God. And they want to be those mentors to you, and they want to help you grow in your faith. And so I just want to encourage you to think in that way. It's not that you don't have any mothers, but through Christ, you have a whole world full of them. And there's several in our church who would love to be able to reach out and to be a mentor to you as well. And so, if there is a void that you have, I encourage you to just go ahead and get in contact with me, and I'll help you get in contact with other people in the church. Or if you know someone who has this sense of a void and they just need some help, I encourage you to reach out to me as well, and I'll do everything I can to help them out. So, anyhow, that's the little Mother's Day message I had for you guys. Again, I do want to encourage you, look for those extra opportunities to love your moms, to serve them and show them that you really do care. And just like I said, a few ideas out there. Doing the dishes, that is a fantastic way. Make them food. Chocolate's a good option. From what I hear, that's always a good option with women, unless they are like deadly like allergic to it. Then don't do it. Bad idea. So anyhow, but again, just have a happy Mother's Day, guys, and I'll see you next time.